trying to get you high. That's why.
What's up YouTube, it's your girl Emmeline and I'm back today with another video. As you can tell by the title, today I'm doing a how I found out I was pregnant story time for you guys. I got a lot of suggestions from you guys on Instagram and Snapchat about what video I should film, and one of it was the story time on how did I find out. So I wanted to go ahead and do my next video on this, just because I haven't been able to film for you guys because I didn't have a good camera that had good quality to actually film any content. So now I officially have a camera to actually film all of this for you guys, and I thought this would be a good opportunity. I'm not doing anything, you know, I'm just sitting back in the bed chilling. So I just thought, hey, I'm gonna record the video. You know, I want to start this YouTube journey off well. I don't want to be slacking, nothing like that. So right before we start the video, make sure you hit that subscribe button to see more of me and my pretty little face and my nugget as well, and also hit the like button for this video. And let's get this video to 50 likes, just because I know I could do more likes than that possibly, but we're gonna do 50 only because my subscribers are low and, you know, my views are low as well as the like count. But we're gonna get there to the point where I'm gonna be asking you guys to give me 100,000 likes or 500, who knows. But yes, make sure you like this video to see more, and also comment down below in the comment section what other videos you would like to see from me, and also some suggestions, and also just be supportive. So right now we're gonna hop right into the video. So like I said, this is gonna be a story time on how I found out I was pregnant. So the day I found out I was pregnant was May 7th, which was a Friday, I believe, and it was actually 2 days before Mother's Day. So how I found out I was pregnant was, you know, just wanting to see if I was or not. I honestly found out I was pregnant one day before my period, but you know, I have had pregnancy scares with my boyfriend before, so you know, I just always like to double check to make sure. Sometimes I don't always take a pregnancy test before my period. I usually wait for it to come, but I don't know, for some reason I was just like, I'm gonna take one. And also, I was more tired. You know, how us girls, we have premenstrual symptoms, and one of them is fatigue. Well, my fatigue was more dramatic than how it usually is when I get my period or before I get it. I was sleeping for long periods of time. So, you know, my boyfriend noticed it, and he was just like, why are you sleeping so much? He'll text me, call me, and he'll just be like, hey, where are you? I see on your location you're home, but you're not answering none of my calls or none of my texts. But reality, I was knocked out for 6 to 7 hours. That's just a nap. I was knocked out for a 6-hour nap. And you know, that's kind of weird for me because I don't nap that long. But yeah. So May 7th, I went to Dollar Tree. I was on the phone with my best friend, and you know, I'm gonna get me these Dollar Tree pregnancy tests, just because I'm not trying to spend my money on Clear Blue and First Response and it's a negative. I used to get tired of going to Walgreens and Walmart and spending money on Clear Blue and First Response for like $13, and I'm getting negative, you know. So I went to the Dollar Tree and I got 3 of them. So as soon as I got them, I went home and I had to pee, which was a good thing. And I peed in a cup, took the little thing that scoops the pee up, and I put it on the pregnancy test, right? So here are the tests that I took all at once. So I had it, I put the drops of pee on there, right? And then, you know, I put one of them down for like 30 seconds because I didn't want to look for some reason. I just knew it was going to be negative. But as soon as I looked over at the test, boom. Wait, is it focusing? Oh, it's focused on me. Yeah, as soon as I took the test, boom, there was the line, right? So then I popped the other 2 that I had bought out, and I was just like, what in the world? Like, this can't be. This must be an error. So I put the other droplets onto these last 2 that I had bought, and I looked at one of them and just stared at it and waited for it to like fill up the paper or whatever it is. And you know, like usually you'll only get the top line on the pregnancy test and then you're negative. Well, the other line showed up, obviously, because the first test was positive. So I'm sitting there freaking out. My heart is like pounding out of my chest. And I'm like, best friend, oh my gosh, like I'm pregnant. So I hung up the phone with her and I called my sister. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. I'm pregnant. Right? So I was so scared, honestly. Because honestly, I had to think about my mom and telling her, because I still live with her and I was 19 at the time, and it's just like I'm in college and I didn't have no job either at that time. So it's like, what if she say like, oh, get out of my house, or how you gonna get pregnant but you don't even have a job or something. I thought she was gonna like bash me or something like that, right? So after I called my sister, I called my boyfriend, and he was honestly in shock. I mean, just as a shock as I was, like to the point he was not saying much. For the like first week of us finding out, he was so mute about everything. Like, I guess he was still processing it, which is understandable. But like, he was so mute, and I'm sitting here crying and stuff. I'm like, I'm scared, and he's just like, relax. Like, he's been so bland about it. But then that's when, you know, the next day came around and I went to Walgreens, and I don't know like why I did this, because it's like I took 3 of those tests, but you know how in your head you overthinking, you're like, that's a Dollar Tree test, that's probably not even correct, they probably put expired ones out or something. But no, I went to Walgreens right up the street from my house and I bought these 2 tests and I took them, but my boyfriend was in the living room, and I'm like, babe, I'm gonna take these because I want to just see, right? So I took them and I'm holding them up to the light. The line is already there. The 2 lines are already there. I'm holding it up to the light like, no, this can't be. As y'all see, the lines are there. They still there. And it's been almost, what, 7 months? Right? So I'm just sitting there looking at it like, what in the world? How the heck? Like, I wasn't really in shock, you know, as much as I should be, because I wasn't doing the things that I need to do to prevent it. And, you know, as far as like doing the do, Like, I'm not trying to put my business out there or anything like that, but like, as far as that, you know, we both wasn't doing what we need to do to protect ourselves. So, you know, it's just like, well, that's kind of what you expect when you doing that kind of stuff. But I was still in shock because I honestly thought I was infertile, because 2 months before that my period was 9 days late and I could have sworn I was pregnant, but I wasn't. And you know, I was just like, I'm probably just infertile. And I've had pregnancy scares before, like a lot of times, let's be real, and nothing has ever happened. So I'm just like, well, I'm in the safe zone, honestly. But when I found out, bro, I was so scared because I had to tell my dad. One, and my dad, I thought he was going to be very hard on me. And then two, I had to tell my mom, obviously, because I live with her and she's obviously going to notice like any symptoms that happen, and she usually will ask me like, oh, your period hasn't came yet, like what's going on, right? So it was just kind of just like more so scared of my parents' reaction more than, you know, me being scared myself of myself and like how I'm gonna handle it. But yeah, the day I found out, like, I was just like pounding, like my chest was pounding, and I'm just sitting there like, what in the world? But yes, that was my initial reaction from me finding out. As far as my parents, their reaction was pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys about their reaction as well, as far as like me having to tell them, and then as well as my family members. So when my mom found out I was pregnant, it's not like I went to her and was like, Mom, I gotta tell you something. And I honestly think it was a mother's instinct, because nobody told her that I was or anything like that. Like, she came to me the morning, it was a Monday morning, it was like 1 week after we had found out, I believe. And you know, like, she was looking at me all weird and stuff, and just like giving me death stares or whatever. And I'm looking at her like, you know, what's going on? Like, what you looking at me like that for? But yeah, so she's like, I need to talk to you and Tafari whenever y'all get the chance to. So at that time, when she said that, I started like getting nervous. Like, my stomach was so bubbly, like I had to run to the bathroom. This lady came back in the room and was like, matter of fact, I'm gonna just talk to you right now. Yo, I mean, I had to prepare from within the time she said come in the bathroom to when she say what she had to say. So I go into the bathroom and she's like, so I got a question. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead. Like, what's the question? Right? Like, what? So I'm sweating, palm just, all my palm, my feet, everything is just sweating at this point. And she says, are you pregnant? And I'm like, what in the world? How did she even, what? Like, huh? What? How do you even know? Who told you? Because who told you? Right? So at this point, I'm like, I can't even like hide it. I can't even lie, because obviously she's suspicious of it. So I'm like, yes, Mom, I'm pregnant. Right? Look, so innocent, knowing I'm not. So she's like, you're lying. And I'm like, no, I'm not lying. Like, I'm pregnant. And then she's just like, how? In my mind, I'm like, Girl, how else? How else am I gonna get pregnant? I ain't the Virgin Mary. But you know, she started like, I told you to take your birth control pills and da 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 da, and I told you and Safari to make sure y'all doing it safely and this and that. Girl, we gonna do what we want to do. Nah, I'm just playing. But yeah, and you know, just like, I know I just haven't been up to date like with my birth control pills. Like honestly, them things is a headache. You have to have a reminder, take it at this time, or sometimes it's like it make you feel a certain way, or you're gaining so much weight. Because honestly, I was gaining weight on those pills and I did not like it. So you know, I'm just like, I just stopped taking them. You know, I haven't been getting them. But in all honesty, like, I had stopped taking them like a month ahead before I got ahead when I got pregnant. But yeah, and you know, she wasn't like upset like to the point where she's like, oh, you're gonna have to get out of my house, or bashing me or anything like that. Like, you know, she was just saying like, oh, you know, I told you to be safe and whatnot. And that's about it with her reaction. And she was just being very supportive from the time she asked me up until now. And she's been nothing but a supportive mom and a supportive grandma. Like, she's happy, honestly. I think she's more so happy because I'm finally giving her her first grandchild, and my brother hasn't popped any out yet. Well, not popped any out yet. Obviously, he don't got the organs to do that, but you know, he ain't give her any grandkids yet. So it's kind of like, I think as a grandma, and I have kids, and they, you know, they at that age where that can happen, and none of them ain't giving me a grandchild, and I'm getting up there in age, I'm gonna be happy with whoever gets pregnant. Well, honestly, if my daughter was like 15, I don't think I'd be happy. But as far as like my mom goes, I think she was just initially happy that she was gonna finally be a grandma, because all her sisters are grandmas and she's the only one who's not. So I understand like what she's like, where she's coming from, I guess. Not really, but yeah, she's been supportive ever since, and like, I love her for that. As far as my dad though, my dad, when I had to tell him, I was so scared. Like, I kept holding it off and stuff. Like, oh, I'll tell him this day, right? So the day we finally went to tell him, my mom and my brother was with me, and you know, we pull up into the yard, and he's just like, oh, y'all can come inside and we can talk, or we can talk in the car, right? So I'm like, no, we need to get out. Like, we can go in the backyard and talk, right? I was so scared, I'm telling you. Like, I'm my daddy's little girl. Like, I'm his last child, and I'm his daughter, and you know how men are with their daughters, like, they're overprotective, right? So, you know, I'm scared that he's gonna like lash out and, you know, be like, that nigga got you pregnant, that nigga got you pregnant. Nah, but seriously, I thought he was gonna react like that, because that's how my dad is, like, you know, with certain things. But yeah, and we went into the backyard, and I was hesitant on how I'm gonna tell him. I started crying, and he was sitting there looking at me like he kind of knew what I was about to say, and I'm just crying and crying and crying and crying. And he's like, yeah, just go ahead and say it. And my mom's looking at me like, go ahead. And my brother just sitting there walking around, right? So I'm like, Dad, I'm pregnant. I just said it like that, like, I'm pregnant. Like, I didn't even say, Dad. No, I just went out and said, Dad, I'm pregnant, right? So then that's when, you know, he paused for a little bit. This man gets up out of the chair he was sitting in, gets up and is like, hey, oh, I'm gonna be a grandpa. Congratulations. And I'm like, I was scared of your reaction, dude. But, you know, that was kind of fake. Because I guess I was crying. He was like, I don't want to make her feel any worse than what she's feeling now. So, you know, I'm like, what in the world? And my mom's like, don't take that reaction. You know how your dad is. And let's be honest, he can have his little moments where he's okay and his moments where he's ready, he's off the wall, basically. But yeah, his reaction was like surprising, honestly. And then, you know, days went by and, you know, he'll get in his moods. This man even asked him one time, are you gonna keep it? And I'm like, weren't you just excited about being a grandpa? Now you asking me, am I gonna keep it? But now that I'm 28 weeks, my dad done bought almost everything for my baby boy. And as they say, grandpa of the year, he's been grandpa of the year. And he done bought everything, from the stroller to the car seat. Been buying diapers, done buy everything that I'll need that, you know, is honestly like not in my financial, like, you know, I ain't got no money in the bank. But yeah, my dad and my mom has been so supportive, as well as my other family members. You know, they didn't judge me or anything like that. They didn't bash me, nothing. Like, I was scared of all my family members' reaction, like, she thinks she grown, you know how some old folks be, like, they be like, she thinks she grown. But no, they were so supportive, like I said. And I couldn't have a better family. I couldn't have asked for a better supportive family. And yeah, that's basically my reaction of how I found out I was pregnant, and my mom's reaction, and my dad as well. Honestly, I didn't have any kind of bad reaction from anybody, which is good, because that can be very stressful on a pregnant woman. Like, she's pregnant and she's trying to tell, you know, a certain family member, and it's just like, why did you do that? And da 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 da, and the list goes on, honestly. But yes, I'm done with this little story time. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you guys are gonna stay tuned for more videos, because I'm gonna be dropping more for you guys. Just make sure you stay tuned, because, you know, get me to a good amount of subscribers, get me a good amount of likes, you know, be with me along this journey, because I want to share my pregnancy with you guys and share it with the world. So I need you guys to go ahead, like I said in the beginning, subscribe, like, and comment on this video, because I want to, you know, give more videos to you guys. Yeah. Also, I'm gonna give y'all a little belly update. Let's see. Okay. So as y'all can see, there's my nugget. And he's moving around so much. But yes. Whew, I'm out of breath. But yes, he's a big boy. And he's been causing me a lot of back pain and cramps, and as well as my feet, it's been swelling up a lot. So I'm trying not to be on my feet as much, especially when I go to work, and not do heavy tasks like lifting and reaching for things, because you know how that is. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, like I said, and I hope you guys will come back for more and, you know, be supportive. And yeah, until the next video, ciao.